Hey everybody, so last we left off, we did set up your notebook and you had the TOC4, which is the fourth page I gave you for your table of contents, and your actual page 1 of your brand new notebook. Yay, right here. All right, right behind that you do have your vocabulary that you will be getting again tomorrow with your warm-up. Or it will be your warm-up. But today what we're actually going to do is we are going to be setting up our first page of notes right here. All right, so this is going to be page 3, and it is going to have a title. Each page I will be giving you a title, and I'm also going to be updating the table of contents. You'll notice I will be giving you a table of contents at the end of this, and there will be a link hopefully soon on our Canvas page, as long as it doesn't, all go away. So this is going to be titled Order of Operations. Right, and I also want to make sure that I write this in to my table of contents. And I think I had told you guys that the pink line was on the other side last time. I just want you to, and what I meant to say was in my sleep deprivation, is that this line is the pink line that's on the other side. And I want you to use that as a guide. Right here. To help you with their table of contents in your page. If it helps you, you are more than welcome to draw a straight line down and keep it separate that way. Whatever helps you, whatever makes you happy and keeps you neat, honestly. Right, so here we are going to go ahead and write in our second page right here, and you'll notice we ended up skipping a line. You can go ahead and do that. Oops. This is page 3. This is our order of operations. From this point forward, you are responsible for keeping up with this table of contents. So from our next notes, I will give you a link to the new table of contents so that you can save it. And it is going to be under your course resources. Again, course resources will have a spreadsheet and it'll have your table of contents in these resources. And I will be updating so that you have it. Make sure to keep up with this again because you do get notebook checks with me. All right, so going back to our actual page, and I know you guys are like, I already know the table, I already know the order of operations. I've done PEMDAS forever. Well, I'm going to tweak it just a little bit, right? And it's not anything new. It's just a different way of thinking that you might not have seen yet. So the first one we're going to do is our P for our parentheses, and I'm going to be using color. Remember, if you're using color with me, like I want you to, use colored pencil or pen, crayon, just as long as it's not marker or Sharpie, as long as it doesn't bleed through the paper. So I like to go in rainbow order, and when you see my classroom, you'll see that I do that a lot too. So parentheses are this. You also have these things, which are brackets. And then you have curly brackets. Now, if you're like, oh my God, Miss Samji, how did you draw that? To help you out, right? That went super fast. And you'll notice one of mine is always better than the other. And all you're doing is curve, point, curve. Again, whoop, half circle, triangle, half circle. And then whoa, that was horrible. As you keep going and get faster, they get better and better. Right? All right, so in that same color, though, we are going to note that these are our parentheses. And even though they're brackets, we still consider them parentheses. Pretty much, these ones right here are mega parentheses. And then the curly brackets right here, they're mega brackets. It's kind of like your parents' parents and you, like who has more authority. All right. Now, your parentheses, these are sometimes, we're looking for the grouping symbols first. Right? They're not always going to be grouping symbols, and we are going to talk about that in a little bit. And something I'm going to do, and I'm going to probably end up doing it right now. I'm going to draw a box around it. I'm probably not going to write as big. Again, I'm writing bigger so that you can see what's going on. All right, so our next one is E, and our E stands for exponents. Now, you guys are used to that. You saw that in 8th grade. It was like, 4 squared or like 3 cubed, whatever. But something that most people forget when they're talking about exponents, and you're going to learn more about it, are roots. So I'm talking like square roots or cube roots. Those are also considered exponents and are part of PEMDAS. It's something you haven't seen as much before, so it's important for you to include them. You're going to be seeing them a lot more this year. All right. Now, this is where PEMDAS ends up splitting. This is where you get both the M and the D. All right. Your M, of course, is going to end up standing for multiplication. Now, you guys are used to seeing multiplication as a dot or the X or a star. You've also seen it when numbers have parentheses next to them. They are also considered multiplication. So that's why it's super important. You have to check what kind of parentheses you always have. So what we're going to do is we are going to go back here really quickly. We're going to draw an arrow between these two and make a note for us. Check if multiplication or grouping parentheses. And hopefully your handwriting is looking much better than mine. This is super important because you're gonna need it to distinguish which part of the order it is. Is it the first step or is it the third step? And the reason why I can say it's the third step is it doesn't matter whether you're going, if you're going reading from left, and I'm gonna make it a big L, to right, that's how you're gonna read PEMDAS. So if you have some division in your problem before you do multiplication, right here, then you're gonna do the division first and then do the multiplication. But you have to go from left to right. All right, and now we are gonna go ahead and do our last one. Okay, and it's gonna be just like the above two. Oops. I probably should have used my straight line and my straight edges first, but I apologize for y'all. All right, so now this one right here is gonna be your addition and your subtraction. And I wanna be using my last color here, addition All right, and this is going to be the same thing. You're going to read it left to right. All right, so no matter what, you're going to do parentheses first as long as it's a grouping symbol. All right? And then you're going to do any exponents or roots. And then you're going to do multiplication and division right here, but just in order from left to right. Same thing, then you're going to do addition or subtraction or both, but you're going to do it from left to right. So just remember that order. Thank you for watching and keep moving forward with your assignments.